If you ever wished you could carry a truly high quality camera everywhere without the bulk, well, the Ricoh GR4 might be exactly what you've been looking for. Now, I was skeptical about purchasing a new point and shoot, especially because of their cost, but if you saw a previous video of mine where I grabbed up the old Canon 5 megapixel PowerShot A530, took it out for a while and tried it again, and the bug hit me and I decided to go ahead and dive in and invest some money on a new point and shoot camera. My main objective was to find a camera that was truly pocketable, but it had to deliver outstanding images, and the Ricoh GR4 seemed to meet all those requirements. Now, this is not just another compact camera. It's a purpose-built tool for photographers who care about image quality, speed, and simplicity. It's all packed into something that literally fits into your pocket. Today, we're focusing on two things that really define the GR4, and for me anyway, and that's the compact size and its image quality. And what that combination is, and it's so hard to beat. Ricoh has never tried to make the GR series for everybody. After all, there's no interchangeable lenses, no giant zoom ranges, and absolutely no gimmicks at all. Instead, the GR4 sticks with a simple idea, and that's to give photographers a fast, high-quality camera that they'll carry every day, and that starts with the size. Let's talk about what makes this camera special the moment you pick it up. Well, the GR4 is genuinely pocketable. Jeans pocket, that is. It's flat, lightweight, designed for minimal protrusions and no bulky grip or oversized lens barrel. It's just a clean, rectangular design that disappears when you're not using it. But here's the important part. This isn't the compromised design at all. Ricoh didn't shrink a camera and sacrifice usability. They actually engineered it specifically to work for this size. The controls are all within reach of one hand, and you can power it on and shoot in just under a second as well. And that means you can go from walking down the street to capturing a moment almost instantly. Now, for street photography, travel, or just everyday life, that speed matters more than people think. Here's something a lot of gear reviews simply miss. Smaller cameras don't change how you shoot, they change how often you shoot. Now, when a camera is this small, you really don't hesitate to bring it out. You don't feel like you're carrying gear. You're more likely to capture spontaneous moments. Compare that to a larger mirrorless setup. Even with something relatively compact, there's always a decision involved. And that being is, do I bring it? Do I carry a bag? And is the whole ordeal worth it? With the GR4, that friction is basically gone. And that's where this camera really shines. It's not just about convenience, it's about increasing the number of meaningful photos that you actually take. Now here's where things get interesting, because despite of its size, the GR4 delivers image quality that punches far above what you'd expect from something this small. And we're talking about a large APS-C sensor, a fixed prime lens designed specifically for that sensor, minimal processing layers between capture and output. And this is all the magic to the GR4. This is not a point and shoot in the traditional sense, and it's closer to having a DSLR or mirrorless sensor in your pocket. And that's with a lens that's been tuned for that purpose only, and that's for high, sharp image quality. The GR4 uses a fixed wide-angle lens, roughly equivalent to 28mm in a full-frame camera. Now, that may sound limiting at first, but actually it's one of the biggest strengths. Because Ricoh didn't design to have multiple focal lengths, they can optimize everything for this one focal length, and the results are excellent sharpness across the frame, and minimal distortion, and strong contrast and micro detail. Now this is the kind of lens that rewards good composition, so you move your feet instead of zooming, and that tends to make you a better photographer over time. Let's talk about what the images actually look like, and that's coming straight out of the camera. The GR4 produces clean, detailed files, natural colored rendering, and strong dynamic range. Highlight roll-offs are extremely nice, and shadow hold their detail and better than you expect in a camera this size. Now, also, if you shoot raw, there's plenty of flexibility for editing, and this is especially useful if you're working in Lightroom or another post-production workflow. And if you prefer JPEGs, Ricoh's color profiles are known of having some of the very best distinctive looks, especially for street and documentary style shooting. Low light is where many compact cameras fall apart, but the GR4 holds its own surprisingly well, and that's thanks to a larger sensor. Noise is controlled better than the typical compacts. You can push ISO higher without destroying detail, and the lens is fast enough for most available light situations. Is it going to replace a full-frame camera in extreme low light? Absolutely not. But for a camera that fits in your pocket, the performance is more than usable, and it's mostly impressive. Now, one feature that really complements both the size and image quality is Ricoh's snap focus system. Instead of relying on autofocus every time, you can preset a focus distance and shoot instantly. What does this mean to you? Well, it means there's really no focus hunting. There's no delay. You just pick it up, point, and shoot. For street photography, this is huge. You can capture moments as they happen without waiting for the camera to catch up. Combined with a compact size, it creates a shooting experience that feels fast, intuitive, and almost invisible. The GR4 isn't trying to compete with everything. It's built for a specific type of photographer. This camera makes most sense if you happen to value portability above all, care deeply about image quality, and prefer a minimalistic shooting experience. It's especially strong for street photography, travel, or everyday carry, and even documentary style work. If you're someone who already owns larger equipment like I do, like my Canon R5 Mark II and its lens and all of its paraphernalia that goes with it, this makes an excellent second camera. And honestly, for a lot of people, it ends up becoming the camera that they use the most. Of course, no camera is perfect, and you're going to be giving up a few things. There's no zoom lens and limited video features compared to hybrid cameras, and it's also got a smaller battery. But those trade-offs are intentional. Ricoh didn't try to make this camera do everything. They focused on doing a few things extremely well. And if those priorities match yours, the limitations start to feel less like a compromise and more like design choices. The Ricoh GR4 is one of the rare cameras that doesn't try to impress you with its specs. It wins you over with how it fits into your life. It's small enough to always carry and fast enough to never miss a moment, and capable enough to deliver images that you'll actually be proud of. And in the end, that combination is what makes it special. Because the best camera isn't the one with the highest specs, it's the one you have with you when something is worth capturing. If you're looking for a camera that disappears in your pocket but delivers serious image quality, the GR4 is definitely worth a closer look. Well, thanks for watching, and I hope I gave you some useful information here, and don't forget to like and subscribe. This is Steve, and I'll catch you in the next video.